Hi there, Phil Simborg for the USBGF with an interesting bearing in play. The score is 11 away, 11 away, and blue is holding a 2 cube, as he should be, and red has a 4-1 to play. Take a look and see how you might play this roll. Okay, most people's knee-jerk reaction is to clear the 9-point. We have been conditioned, rightly so, that generally we want to clear from the top, bring our checkers in, and win. If you do that, however, and blue rolls a double 6, you can kiss your gammons goodbye, and you might even lose the game some. Blue's got quite a race lead there. So it makes a little bit more sense maybe to clear the 8-point. But if you do that, what about double 5s? And by the way, if you clear the 9-point, what if blue just rolls 1-6 and runs? You can probably kiss your gammons goodbye then, or most of them, and he could roll another 6 next time, or double 5 or double 6 next time, and eventually win the game as well. So clearing the 8-point seems a little safer. For one thing, it doesn't stack your odd checker on the end, which 9-1, the 9 to 8 would do. But again, now you're worried about him rolling a single 5 or double 5s. And it still leaves you in kind of an awkward position for bearing in later, where you might even leave a shot. So clearing the 7-point isn't an option because you can't clear it without leaving a shot. You can't play the 4 to the 3. Clearing the 6-point solves the problem of the big doubles. The worst you could roll is a double 3. But now you've got the continuing nightmare of having the open 6-point, which is going to leave you lots of shots. And of course you could roll a 3-5 and 3-6 and run a checker. So just clearing points doesn't seem to be really great here. The answer is to be creative. The answer is this is a time for trap plays. And I'm going to put in the position now rolled out so that you can see what the actual rollout is. And you'll see, to many people's surprise, that the best play is to leave 2 shots. The best play, and I'll show it to you with arrows first, is to play off of both the 8 and 7-point. The second best play is very similar. It's leave a shot on the 9 and 7-point. The third best play is to leave a shot on the 8-point and play to the ace point and leave this double shot. This looks a little bit silly to me, a little bit crazy, but it isn't as crazy as just playing safely off the 9-point, which is an 11% error. Again, with just about every play, you're going to win this game 88% of the time. You're going to win the game most of the time. The biggest difference between coming off the 9-point and making a trap play is the gammons. You win gammons about 9.6% of the time when you clear the 9-point. And you win gammons closer to 21% of the time on average when you leave 2 shots. Can you see the beauty of this play? Let me show you what it looks like after you make the play. You're almost sure to get hit. He's forced to hit you with any 4 or 5. You've stopped his double 6s. By the way, if he rolls double 4s or double 5s, getting hit's not a bad thing because you're going to have an immediate 3 shot and you're certainly certain to get some shots later. So you probably still aren't going to be losing the game even if he rolls the jokers. But what's most likely to happen is he's going to roll 1-4 or 1-5 and come off of here. And maybe you pick up this checker. Maybe you get the other checker going around. But the point here is, what is your game plan? That's the first question to ask every time you're thinking about a checker play. And your game plan up until now has always been to prime these checkers and hold them back. But once his board crashes and once he has shots for you, and once the game is fairly well assured, you need to get creative. Here you want to play a hitting game. You would love to get into a hitting exchange. You have 4 inner board points. He has 2. That screams at playing a hitting game. So trap plays, this is one of the things that separates the men from the boys or the ladies from the girls. And one thing that really fine players will think about, at what point to do trap plays. In fact, I find that there's 2 or 3 kinds of plays that really good players see and at least think about that the average player misses. One is trap plays. The other are switching plays where you switch points in your inner board to hit or to clear a point, and the other one is called a banana split play, where you hit loose with an ace, for example, if a checker was here. By the way, I was also asked by one of the people watching, made a suggestion that I teach a little bit about how to use extreme gammon in some of these videos, and I give all the credit for extreme gammon to Xavier, who developed it and so on. I did encourage him and help market it, and I was probably the first person, one of the first people to get on the bandwagon and help promote it, and I actually do get a piece of the sales when people buy extreme gammon and say they heard about it from me. I get a very small commission that Xavier gives me just to thank me for my help and spreading the word and getting it established. But I also had a lot to do with the design and many of the features in extreme gammon, in beta testing all of his versions and so on. So I really do know this program pretty intimately. One of the best features of extreme gammon is the ability to cut and paste and to take positions and play with them and move them elsewhere. I'm going to open up another version of extreme gammon, which is another nice feature. You can open as many as you want and not lose the first one. So with keeping this position alive and on my desktop, I could open another version of extreme gammon, and let's see if I'd like to see, without changing this position and keeping it and being able to compare it side by side, I'd like to see what happens if blue doesn't have a blot in his inner board, if I should play this any differently. What if the 3-point is made? What if the 4-point is made? Now, I could change the position in the original one, but again, I want to look back and forth between the two. So while my cursor is in the first position, I'm going to hit the control button and then C. That copies the position. I'm going to the second extreme gammon. I'm going to hit control and V, which pastes the position in exactly. And now I can, let me make it larger so you can see what I'm doing. Now I've got the position duplicated exactly. I can change the score now. I can change blue's board and make it a stronger board. I don't think there's any doubt with a stronger board you don't leave double shots here. Let's just do a quick 3-ply, and it'll see that you do clear the 9-point, or you clear the 8-point, or even clear the 5-point, which is, no, that's a pretty big blunder, but you clear the 9 or the 8-point. What if he has what we had before, though, but instead of the blot on the 3-point, he has the 3-point made? Now it changes the whole concept, but you still make a trap play. You don't give him double 5s and double 6s to win. Double 4s wouldn't be as strong to give him, but you're better off giving him double 4s, and you wouldn't mind that much getting hit with a 4. So that seems to be the best play, but again, this is 3-ply. I'm going to highlight the top 2 plays and then hit plus, because plus does a 3,600 1-ply variance reduction rollout, and it holds up. It tells you that 7-2 would still be the best play, but this is a 9-5-2-1, which is this play, is the second best play. And again, we can even go further by highlighting these and doing a rollout. That would be your most definitive answer, and that's very, very rarely, if ever, wrong in extreme gammon. So I hope you found the position interesting. I hope you found these tips on extreme gammon interesting. Let me know if you want more tips and more insights into extreme gammon. In fact, I could do just a lesson on many of the nuances of use of extreme gammon if people want that. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support of the USBGF. Bye-bye.